Hello everyone, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. My name is Robin Armbrecht at Really Robin Stamps, and I'm thrilled you're here. You are joining me for Papercrafting Playdate on this April 21st, 2023. This is episode 88, and today we are going to take a look at the brand new In Colors. There's 5 of them, and these are going to be released in the next annual catalog, which actually goes live on May 2nd. So we're going to take some time today and test drive these new colors and see what we think about them, because we have a brand new color palette with lots of changes. So let me flip to the table. There we go. And I have a lot of cards to share with you. I've been the recipient of some major happy mail. And so it's been a couple weeks since I have had Papercrafting Playdate. I've taken a little break to redo some of the areas in my stamp room, to put the new colors into my stash, to take out the retired things and all that good stuff. So I've been super busy behind the scenes, but I'm so glad to be back with you today. So while you are saying hello to all of your stamping friends and to me, I'm going to show you some cards. All right, I've got some amazing things to share. First of all, we have to go back to Easter because I got some really amazing Easter cards. I thought this was extremely clever with some wood grained paper to make this cross. This is from Jill. How amazing is that? Oh, hi Jamie. Jamie's on the road today. How wonderful. I'm glad to be going through Colorado with you. Hi Tanya. Hey Jan. You know, I took a little break from this, and as I was trying to set up the live stream, I just started recording. Everybody's like, is she there? Where is she? Well, it's because I started recording, but I wasn't live. I was doing it all by myself. Let's see. Hi, Deborah. Oh, hello. Everybody is so great to have you. All right, so here's another Easter card. I love this layout with the 3 designer series papers. Beautiful, beautiful gold foiling in that paper, and then accented with this little piece of gold foil paper and these gold accents. This is gorgeous. This is from my friend Sherry. So beautiful. And then this Easter card is from Susan. How cute is that little bunny she colored? Little gray bunny. I love it. Thank you, Susan. And then this is from Wanda. And again, with the gold foiling paper. This is a beautiful, beautiful little die cut. So perfect. And then I got one from Judy. Judy, I love how you used this paper from last year and made that an Easter morning scene that is just gorgeous. I love it. And then Anne made this, she made a vertical card. You don't know how much that tickles me when I share something and then I get a card made with that. It's so exciting. Isn't that cute? And then this is another vertical card that I got in the mail. This is from Jeannie. She put a little thank you card in here with her message. How cute is that? I love this little hearts right here, little heart strips. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Look at this fun layout. All those happy papers and flowers. These were some stitched dies that were from a couple years ago that are just such beautiful flowers, but I love this layout. Claudia. This is from Claudia. Life is definitely better with a friend like you too. And this is from Diane. She did that angled layers, stack and cut with that beautiful poppy paper from a couple years ago. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Diane. I love that. This is from a new friend, Emily, and she did that fun little scrambled blocks template. That was from the fall. Beautiful, beautiful use of paper. And then she also embossed it. Looks just like a quilt. So cute. This is from my friend Cheryl in Florida. She did a spotlighting technique. Thank you for sending me one of the technique cards that we just did. Excuse me. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a great little layout too. This is from Shannon West at Stampin' Up. She sent me this congratulations card. I was able to earn the trip to that Stampin' Up is offering. I was able to earn that trip. She sent me a congratulations card. And then last but not least, look at this amazing card from Sharon. This is a fun, fun card front. I love how you put the Wink of Stella on the peppers. Very sweet. Thank you, Sharon. Oh my goodness. My heart is full. Thank you so much for sending your love my way. Okay, so we are talking about new in colors. So here's what's happening. We currently have this annual catalog that is the only thing that well, that's not true. We have a mini catalog as well. It's confusing right now because there's old, there's new. Where am I at? So these are the two catalogs that are current right now, but they're both ending in a couple of weeks at the end of April. So we are transitioning to this new beautiful catalog, which is going to start May 2nd. Okay. So when I'm talking about the in colors, I will show you what I mean. I can't show you the new catalog yet until it goes live, but this is the old catalog here. And in colors are colors that kind of flow in and out of the color palette that Stampin' Up has, and they last 2 years each. Okay, so this is the group that's leaving, and I think a lot of them are sold out on the last chance list. This group was introduced last year, and now it is it's staying for another year till 2024, and so it's going to be there's going to be another set of 5 starting May 2nd, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Stampin' Up, if you're new to Stampin' Up, there's a lot of information out there, so just process it as you can. But they have 4 core color families or collections, and they each have 10 colors. So at any given time, there are 50 colors of ink, paper, markers to use. So that's exciting. What happened this year is that like 11 of those colors went away in addition to this, and then some of them, they all got replaced. We have the same amount. So there's more new colors than what we're going to talk about today, but we're just going to take it one step at a time. How does that sound? All right, so let's move that. So by the way, just before I forget, I'm having a new catalog kickoff May 6th. You can still register to attend. And if you have ordered from me in the last 6 months or so, I've purchased a catalog for you, and it will get sent in the beginning of May. Those who are signed up for my party kit for the kickoff, they're getting their catalog sent in April. And then everybody else, I'll send it as soon as they get packed up, beginning of May, so you'll have your catalog. So if you want to choose me as your demonstrator, there will be a link that you can use to request a catalog if you don't already have a demonstrator. Okay, I think that's what I wanted to say about that. All right, let's dive in and look at the new colors. So we have all right, so if any of my demonstrator friends are watching, with me if you see questions that pop up that you would care to answer from anybody. I would appreciate it. Kelly, yes, there's going to be a new, one of the sets of watercolor pencils is staying because it still has current colors, and then they're replacing one of the sets with new colors. So there will be. So here are the in colors, and they're a great mix of like muted, medium colors. And I think they're going to add a lot of variety when we pair them with other colors. So that's kind of what I thought today, as I'm just getting to learn them as well. We would just kind of play with these colors and see what happens. So what's available in these new colors? There's a pack of designer series paper just with the in colors, and it has 4 new patterns to play with. And so you get those patterns for every color. There are beautiful 3/8 inch textured ribbons in each color. There's also beautiful in color jute trim, it's called, but we were not able to pre-order that, so I don't have it yet. And then there are these gorgeous in color glossy dots in those 5 colors. So that's exciting. I believe there's also going to be some, it's not called shimmery, it's called something else, some specialty paper in these colors, and there are going to be some little envelopes, like gift bag envelopes. Not really envelopes, gift bags. Those are going to match too. So I always offer a product share at the beginning of a new in color. And so if you're on my email list, you're going to get that information if you want to be part of a color share. And all that means is that you will get some of each of all the in color things. So you don't have to buy full packages of everything. And you'll get a sampling of that, and it'll make it a little bit easier if you want to just kind of see what the colors are like before you decide I'm going to buy a full pack of cardstock or a full ink pad. All right, so one of the things that you'll be able to download today is this fun color coach that Stampin' Up! Creates for demonstrators, and they let us share it. So on the blog post that will coordinate with this video, there will be a download. And what I decided to do this year is to print them on copy paper, and then I wanted to mount them onto the color of cardstock that matched. So what's helpful about this is that you get the color, copper clay, one of the in colors, and then they give you 3 different color combinations to help you get started mixing this color with other colors. So that's pretty cool. Now all 50 colors have a little color combination chart. I just put together the ones that I'm going to be focusing on today. So let's get started stamping, and I'm going to stand up and grab our first project. And I thought it would be fun to just go ahead and play with all the colors. First card. So I'm going to show you some new things, but I'm also going to use, things that aren't brand new. But this is a new bundle called Timeless Arrangements that will be available May 2nd. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. So I'm going to use all these little pieces here and one of the greetings. And I'm going to stamp them on this basic white die that I cut out. This is the Radiating Stitches die set, and I used this largest one here. So I'm going to create just a nice little focal point, little card front like that to put on. And I wanted to let's just use all the colors, okay? Let's just use them all. See how they work together. So there's Boho Blue, Pebbled Path, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, and Moody Mauve. All right, so here are our new in color friends. And so what I'm going to do, there is, just amazing dies with this bundle. I'm going to use this as the greeting little like focal point that's going to pop up there. So what I want to do is just make all these little sprigs coming out from behind. We're just going to mix all the colors up. And so I cut out a piece of masking paper, the same size as this. And so I'm going to just create a space, and it will mostly help me with placement. Let's see if that looks kind of straight. I'm gonna move it over just a little bit. So this is our masking paper. Like I said, I just cut with scissors. All right, so that is just going to kind of be a placeholder for where this is going to go eventually. And now let's just take our colors. So I'm going to do Pebbled Path first because that's going to be the color of the card base. Okay, so I'm going to overlap my masking paper. And we're just going to keep those stems all on the masking paper. So the stems are going to be hidden. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 of those. And then I'm going to do some Moody Mauve. Thank you so much, Jan. Luster. I knew there was a word and I couldn't think of what it was. The Luster Specialty Paper 12 by 12. Thank you. I cannot wait to see what that stuff looks like. Thanks, Jan. Okay, so we'll do some Moody Mauve flowers. Let's just do 3 of those. And then I'm gonna do some boho blue. These are eventually gonna overlap here, and that's totally fine. I'm gonna do just 2 of those for now. And let's do some wild wheat with this fun sprig. Okay, so everything that's kind of overlapping here, we're not gonna see anyway. Yeah, Elizabeth, they're not, Beth, they're not envelopes. I used the wrong word. They're gift bags. They're like gift sacks that come in the color. So they're on a different page. And then lastly, we've got copper clay. So some of these colors, I would say everything but the mauve and the boho blue are really very earthy colors. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna, where this little hole is here, I'm gonna put 1 more blue. Okay. Okay, so we're just playing here. We're just playing. Let's do 1 more. I see this little space right here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna just use Pebbled Path, and since that's gonna be my card base, I'm gonna just do some blending with the color around the outside. Treat bags. Thank you for Jan, you're helping me a lot. Thank you so much. Yes, treat bags, gift sacks, treat bags is definitely the better term. All right, so I went heavier around the edge, and then as it comes into the stamping, just want that nice and light. All right, so let's take off our masking paper. See, when you do this, you actually can just, you could just stamp your greeting right on there because you've got that nice little space. But I think we're going to use that die anyway. And of course you could back that if you wanted to make that pop out even more. You could give it a little backing. So let's take one of these greetings and finish this with, you know what, I'm actually going to try it this way. This is a neat greeting set because it has greetings that will fit horizontally or vertically. I'm just having trouble choosing. I'm going to choose this one. Hope your day is filled with everything good. Hi, Narita. All right. Let's finish this. Actually planned 5 cards for us to do today, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, and then we're going to stick this onto our card base. So I tried to, when I planned what I was going to do today, I really just wanted to kind of focus on the colors. But I do think that there's just a couple easy card ideas that you'll be able to use with whatever you have. Okay, what do you think? So this is Pebbled Path. It's such a beautiful neutral. It's just like, you know, gray, but it has that little bit of brown in it too. Definitely a great name for this color. And all that it needs is one of these little guys right here. Right there. Okay, of course we've got the ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? You could have put a little ribbon on there, but we're gonna just keep it simple. All right, so for the next card, let me put these little sprigs away. So what I haven't showed you about this bundle are these dies yet, and you are going to have to wait to see what these amazing dies do. I think this is going to be my favorite bundle. I know I'm saying that way too early, but this is super unique. Somebody was really thinking when they put it together. You're going to love it. Okay, so that's our first card with Pebbled Path. And just to show you the color combos again, these are just some suggestions for jumping off points when you are looking to put new colors together. So the second card we are going to use our Moody Mauve. Let me move these blocks. Okay, you sit over there. I have to just pause for a second and show you this. I'm so excited to see Moody Mauve as the color, right? Mauve to me is like just now what I guess is an old-fashioned color that's come back, right? It's like avocado green in the 50s and 60s that, you know, things cycle back. So like mauve makes you think of what era? Put it in the comments, you know, right? So I have to show you this. This is a, this is my, I don't know why I still have this. This is my homecoming dress from 1984, 85. I think it's 85, fall of 85. Homecoming. I went with my high school boyfriend in my completely mauve dress that my mom made. That's why I still have it, because my mom made it. And she did an amazing job. And of course, I loved this color at the time. Look at this beautiful bow on the back. And then she like covered all the buttons. I just love this dress. So I have it still because I wouldn't be able to give it away. You guys have anything like that hanging in your closet still? But look at, it's perfectly matched. So I'm excited about the mauve is my point. So let's make a moody mauve card. I remember my boyfriend asking me like, so what color's your dress? So he could get colors for the flowers. And I said mauve. And he was like, what? What? I don't know what that is. It's hard. It's a hard color to describe, isn't it? Okay, so I am using the Irresistible Blooms bundle for this moody mauve card. I just wanted to try it with these flowers. So what I did first is I took this incredibly fun die and I cut out just the center of my card front, and then I stamped the larger flower on moody mauve paper in moody mauve ink, and I cut that out. So I just did my die cutting ahead of time, and then I punched a 2-inch circle punch, which fits perfectly in there. So that's going to be my card front. But let's go ahead and add some more stamping to this. So I used my color coach on this card, and I picked this one. So I'm going to put together Moody Mauve, Basic Gray, and Granny Apple Green for this one, just to play with this color combination. So let's stamp on here. So our leaves are going to be green, Granny Apple Green, and then we're going to stamp another flower. So I'm going to take the Moody Mauve and we're going to stamp a little flower over here. And then I'm going to use that again. I'm going to stamp it off and just do a little off the edge of my circle where the greeting's going to go. And then we'll take our Granny Apple Green and give some leaves here. Okay, and then for the gray, I'm just going to bring in the gray to do with these little background. This is the best. This is the best part of this whole stamp set, is this splattered speckled background. And we're just going to add a few of those little splatters along this little, kind of on this corner here. Okay, and we'll use that gray for our greeting. Okay, simple, right? So let's put this onto the card front. Just kind of nail down a few of these little dots. Very simple, little window in the front. And then let's pop our flower. And Mimi had more mauve bridesmaids dresses. Yes. Yes, I will have to get out a wedding picture too, because the other color that is new, not an in color, that bubble bath color, that was definitely my bridesmaid dress colors. And my prom dress. I'm a pink girl. All right, so all this needs is some of these fun. Let's put a couple on this little, make a triangle. There we go. To get crazy with that. Okay. So there's our Moody Mauve on our Irresistible Blooms. Okay, so I love it. I love it when we can do this, right? Same card. Copper Clay and Pebbled Path, Wild Wheat, and Boho Blue. I'm just going to pause for a minute and just enjoy. And just enjoy, right? I paired all of them with the Granny Apple Green, and I thought that worked really well for all of them. Deborah, are there tricks to stamping so perfectly? Well, I don't stamp perfectly, but it definitely is a practice thing, for sure. The Stamparatus definitely helps if you've got that that tool. That definitely helps. I think also, just like I said, with practicing the how much pressure you put on the image, right? Isn't that fun, doing the same card and all the other colors? It just like, it helps you learn about the colors. It helps you just kind of see them and kind of get them locked into your, you know, your internal color memory, so that you kind of like, oh, you know, oh, I bet Wild Wheat would look pretty with that. All right, so do you have a favorite right out of the gate? You know my favorite is the mauve, right? But this Pebbled Path, super excited about that. All right, so let's keep going here. We'll bring those back out at the end. I have another card. Okay, this one's going to focus on the Boho Blue. And we're going to use some of the Designer Series paper on this one. So I cut some strips of the different designs so that I could use. So here are the 4 different designs. I'm only going to pick 3 of them. And we're going to just make a quick, easy card front. And then we're going to play with this bundle. This is called Circle Sayings, and it's bundled with the new 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So this is in the new book, not available just yet. So I want to just do a little coloring, and we're going to use this little scene right here. This is a brand new stamp, so we'll see. Good, that worked out well. And then I'm going to use the Thinking of You, and we'll put that around like that. So I've just started playing with new things. I just don't even know about them all yet. But anytime that you've got something that goes with a punch, that's a good deal. So I'm going to just put that thinking of you over there. And then punch that out. So this punch, the 2 3/8, obviously works with the 2 that are in the online store. So don't be confused. There are 3 circle punches that are going to be available once the new catalog goes live, but only this one is going to be actually represented in the big annual catalog. The other 2, which are the 2-inch and the 1 3/4 inch, those are still going to be online. And I think they are still on back order right now. So let's do some coloring. So I'm going to bring in the boho blue. So all of these in colors have regular markers and the Stampin' Blends. And then of course, we, as I alluded to earlier, let's see what I do with this pile here. There were several new colors, okay, that came, you know, with our retiring colors, and then we got all of these colors. Some of them are past in colors that came back, and then some are brand new. All right, so I'm not really dealing with all of these today because it's too much, and these coordinate with designer series papers that I plan on using some of those next week, so we'll just ease our way into it, okay? But just so you know, there's more new colors than just the in colors this year, which is, you know, that's a lot. But I am going to take advantage of that brand new yellow color, which is called Lemon Lolly. And we're just going to, it's just a beautiful light yellow. And then I'm also going to use Daffodil Delight for the sun. So let's give this a little color here. I'm going to use the darkest color. On that sun. This is Daffodil Delight in the darkest color. And then we'll take the lighter one and blend over it. Okay, we'll go outside the line a little bit here with our lighter daffodil. And then we'll take the dark lolly. And we'll kind of do these lines here, the little sun rays. And then with the lightest one, we'll just brush for that sun. Okay, perfect. So we've got our sun, and then let's make our waves. So I'm going to take the darker one first and just kind of go along the outside edges. I suppose it would help if I zoomed in a little bit. There we go. And then I'll take the lighter boho. Yes. Fill in there. Okay, so let's put our card together. That's going to be our focal point. It turned out pretty cute. So I already figured out that the second largest stitched stylish shapes stitched circle fits behind this 2 3/8 very nicely. So that's going to be a fun way to layer with this. So thinking of you is going to be the little focal point, and let's do one of these other greetings, which is so cute. It says, "Because you're awesome." And we'll just create a little bit of a background. With our other words, so we've got some lovely mixed messages. One more. Okay. So I'm going to take 3 of these and just put them little strips. It's just going to be a background. So I'm going to do the dots first. And I'm going to just kind of do these a little bit random. So they're not all the same space. And then we'll just pop up that circle. And that can go anywhere on there. Cute. I put it over here. All right, so you are going to be so excited for me, right? Black and white gingham ribbon is still in the catalog. Woohoo! I have another year of black and white gingham. So let's make it match our project here and take our Stampin' Blend. It would be perfect to keep it black and white, but as long as we're talking about the in colors, let's just dive into them. Just create a little tiny knot. Okay. I think this blue is a really refreshing color. And it's almost like a lighter value of the Misty Moonlight. I'll have a card coming up here where you'll be able to see it with navy and the Misty Moonlight, and it's beautiful together with those gorgeous colors. So I think this is quickly going to become a very favorite. All right, so this is a quick and easy layout. So you can do this with any designer series paper. These are 1 inch by 4.5 inch, same size. Just kind of do them jaggedy and then plop a focal point on top. So here's another version of that layout with our pebbled path. So pretty, right? Okay, let me clear out some space here and we'll go to the next one. Okay. All right, so the next one I want to play with is the Wild Wheat. Yes, Seaside Spray. Exactly. It's very similar to Seaside Spray. All right, so this is going to be another extremely simple card. Let's bring our scratch paper back in. have some more masking paper. I just cut 2 strips of it, and we're going to use it to just mask off a little section on a piece of basic white. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to take my blending brush again. And I'm going to fill in this section in between these 2 pieces of masking paper. Okay, so this wild wheat is probably the one color that I'm just a little bit like wondering about. Because it's almost a little bit, it's a brown yellow for sure, right? So I think it's going to have its place for sure, but I definitely have to play with it. It's not automatic to me to think, what am I going to put this with? But I think it's going to be an amazing fall color. And with the new browns that we have, I think it's going to be gorgeous. I bet there's going to be a pack of paper in the next mini catalog that has some beautiful fall images, and I just can't even imagine that it wouldn't have some wild wheat in it. All right, so we just made a little strip on the card front. You don't think it actually looks like real wheat? Well, that's, I'm sure, real wheat is probably a lot lighter. So we're going to use another new stamp set. This is Cheerful Daisies. I'm going to use the outlines. Again, this is a very simple card. I'm going to take our black, and we're just going to make this monochromatic with some daisies to pop out. Let's do this one down here. Does anybody else just love daisies, or does everybody just love them? They're just such a beautiful flower. Okay, and then we'll put the centers in. This is a lot of fun to stamp. I'm laughing at you, Annie. Okay, so I mean, like this is really, really pretty, just like this. Right? Just so simple. Let's add a greeting. Let's see. It's going to be a 1-layer card. I love it just like this, black and white, but watch what happens when you just add a little bit of this color back into the flower. So I'm going to stamp it off once because I don't want it to be dark. And then we'll put it, so this is the solid image. So easy to line up. And I appear to have already lost an image here. Okay. Oh, here it is. Phew. And then we'll do the small ones. Okay, so this is a great, if you just think about all the stamps that you have, to just do kind of a monochromatic card with any color that you have, just kind of give it a little bit of that masking background, stamp in black over it, and you'll just have a really striking card. And put this on a piece of basic black, and then put it on the card front. Okay, super simple. It's another great way to get to know your colors. I love that these come in threes. Makes it so easy. Okay, so there's our wild wheat. Here is the same card in the boho blue. And then here's another version in the moody mauve. This one I stamped in between while I had the masking paper on. I stamped in there, and then I just put the top through an embossing folder to kind of give it three different kind of areas of interest. So this is a fun idea. When you are stuck, you don't know what to do, go ahead and just do some masking, do a monochromatic card. All right, last but not least, thanks for sticking with me. We're going to focus on copper clay last. And for this one, I wanted to bring in some of the other oranges and just see how they went together. I was getting brave with copper. So our card base is going to be white. And we're going to do a color blocking card, creating some chunks of color with these oranges, I guess you would call them. Okay, so how do I want these to go? This way. I think I want them to go this way. So I'm going to cut these by twos. All right, so this size is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So it's the exact half of a card front. So 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I have 4 because I'm going to put 4. I'm going to cut these into triangles. Okay, so I'm going to cut these triangles. By cutting a diagonal, I just put the corners on the cutting line. Okay, so now I've got these. And then these two. I'm going to cut the opposite way. So I cut that one this way. And I'm going to cut this one this way. You'll see why in just a second. Same thing, just going to go in the opposite direction. This actually will make 2 card fronts. I'm going to use a piece of copy paper just in case I get off and I need to recut this. So I'm going to take one from each pile of each color and make sure that all of those kind of points end up here. So you've got color blocking. And before we glue it, let's just do a little stamping on this one to make this unique. So we can play with our copper. So I'm going to play with Nature's Prints. Such a beautiful stamp set. And we'll use the little fern. And we'll just create a little bit of a background. Random. Just kind of fill up that space. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to glue those. And I have ink on my fingers. I will be careful. So I'm just using the copy paper to help with placement for the re-gluing, and that way if I need to trim it, I'll have that option before I put it on the card front. I'm going to show you some samples so you can take these little pieces and you can stamp them all. You can dry, you know, with an embossing folder, emboss them. It looks lots of fun things you can do with this little triangle color blocking. This makes a great card front. Okay. Okay, so this is Cajun Craze. This is the copper. This is Calypso Coral, and this is Pumpkin Pie. So you can kind of see how the tones of the similarly hued colors go. So now I can just trim this up. I'm going to just I want this to cover the whole front of the card, and so I'm going to put that right up against the fold, and then I'm going to trim the end here. Okay, so this is a really easy way to make a card front, and it's really fun to do, to just put colors together. They don't have to be the same, you know, tone like this one is. Oops, that's wrong. So you can adjust this, so if you want this point to be on the other side, you can do it this way. If you want it those kind of all to be going where you open. All right, so again, we're using this Nature's Print suite, and then I already, oops, well, I just broke it, but that's okay. We're gonna glue it anyway. So I cut out this little wreath, and this is the petal pink color. So here's the wreath that comes in this bundle. And then I also cut out the die for our little greeting there. This is a bundle that is carrying over into the new catalog. It's still going to be available, but it won't be a bundle anymore. So if you want to save 10% on it, that would be one you would want to get ahead of time. Okay, so this is one of those favorite pieces here because you can just add that little bit of splatter anywhere you want. And I'm going to stamp that off twice and then put it right behind the words for the greeting. Okay, so let's put this together and then let me show you the other samples for this color blocking technique. Any focal point on this background looks great. So that's really versatile. Put that right there. All right, so that's our color blocking card. Let's put our pretty copper. Not sure if that got straight. There we go. Okay, so there is that. Let me zoom out a little bit. And I'll show you the other samples. So here is some blues. So this is the boho blue. This is the brand new color Azure Afternoon. This is Balmy Blue, and then this is the brand new returning in color Blueberry Bushel. So you can kind of see how those interact together. And then here are those same colors, but I ran it through an embossing folder, the whole thing, before I added the little focal point there right at that spot. And then here are some pinks. So I used a piece of designer series paper for one of those, and then I embossed one. So you've kind of got different little looks in each little section there. So this is the mauve. This is the brand new Bubble Bath. This is the returning new Berry Burst with Blackberry Bliss. And then here's the sister card to that one, going in the other direction with a simple thanks on there. Okay, so that's our color blocking. I hope you have some ideas, things to think about, lots to think about with the colors. All our good old color friends. So I hope you're telling me which one you think you might like first. Okay, let's bring back our cards from today. We started out with our Moody Mauve. And then we put all those new in colors together, and you know what? They really play well together, don't they? We did this one. We had our Pebbled Path card. And then we played with Wild Wheat and decided we're working on this color. We're seeing where it fits into the color palette. And then We did a boho blue card with this little paper layout. And then we did our color blocking. There we go. Lots and lots and lots of ideas. So let me just take a minute to read some of your comments because I really have been so busy. Thank you, Cindy. Narita likes the blue embossed card. This one. Thank you. Thanks, Faye. Yes, Mimi, the sprig, this is from Dainty Delight, that bundle. I mean, it's white and it looks so cute. You can put it on anything. Hey, Claudia. Boho blue. Yes, boho blue is easy to love, isn't it? It's going to be so easy to use and love. I agree. Wanda likes Pebbled Path. Lynn likes Pebbled Path. Pebbled Path, I agree. That's a great choice too, because who couldn't use another neutral? Neutrals are just so delightful to work with. I'm picturing this color with some beautiful foiled paper with, I don't even know what we're carrying right now, silver or gold. I think it will look really elegant for anniversary cards. I bet there's going to be a Christmas paper that has this color in it. I don't know why, I just think that. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm glad that you like this. All right, so what you can do is definitely take some of these design ideas and throw them at your stash of supplies and see what you can come up with. Second, if you want to download the Color Coach and kind of start creating, as you collect the colors to create some of these little color combinations, you can find that on my website later on today, or if you're watching this in the future, you will have it immediately. If you want to be on my email list so you can get notifications about the product share for the in colors, definitely do that. Look for that to be coming. And yeah, we're going to have that kickoff May 6th. So there's lots going on, new catalog coming, so much excitement. And I can tell by your comments that you were excited to see some of these colors in action too. So I appreciate all the time that you spend with me. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.